Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Azurik. I've got a lot to explain very quickly, but basically this is a bit of a Frankenstein of an episode because I was showing you guys cheats at the start of the original recording, and one of the cheats, the gem cheats, like completely bugs out your game under certain situations, but I used that cheat and kind of corrupted the saves, so there were loads of issues here. Secondly, I promised you I was going to show you that super powerful ability in this video, which I'm actually going to do right here, right now, okay, but because this is post-commentary and a bit of a Frankenstein, I'm so sorry, I don't demo it too well, but there it is. That's what happens if you pop every single ability. It's basically a massive AoE nuke attack that, when it's at its level 3 form, doesn't enchant your axiom, but at lower levels it will also enchant your axiom and drain all of your elements really quickly. But that's the attack. I'm sorry it's taken me so long to show it off in the LP. As I said before, I was kind of hoping for a really good opportunity to use it, but that just never really arose. But that's the ability there, and really it's only somewhat viable if you use it at the end of the game once you've got 100 obsidians. Here we go, here's me using it on an enemy, and we can kill him with it. It's really only viable at the end of the game when you've got all these obsidians because it halves the consumption. Otherwise, even with maximum fuel cells, as you can see here, you'd only get 2 casts before completely draining yourself. As it stands, I get 4 casts, and yeah, it will do basically a full combo's worth of damage to a single enemy. So here we go. But in the case of the Diluvian Stalkers, they're the toughest enemies in the game. They take 2 full combos even at level 3. So I don't get to one-shot them there. But I do get to demo the skill for you guys, and hopefully that's enough for you. And of course you can see that my elements are all really low. But yeah, to this topic of the cheats, I will be talking about them as we progress further forward through the sewers here. But the cheats can basically just completely break your game, and this episode was a really weird recording as a result. I kept getting freezes. To get this footage at all to you has been incredibly difficult. I've basically had to like fraps through Windows Media Player and stuff, which means some areas have been muted. It's just been crazy. Anyway, in the heart of the town, in the middle of the sewers where we found these 2 obsidians last episode, in case you weren't watching last time, we got everything. Basically we're 100% right now. In the middle of these sewers is an elevator. You take this elevator down, you say goodbye to the 3 realms of Perathia. We're never going to be seeing sunlight again until the end of the game here. I'm going to go down into the Death Realm. I'm not sure what in the original recording I was talking to you all about right now. Probably cheats. I was probably talking about cheats and the fact that they complete... Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do like the Afro combo. Like there were so many cheats and they just destroyed my save game, so I didn't get to demo any of them. They just weren't working. But yeah, there you go. We head down the lift here into the Death Realm. Now, what you're going to be presented with, in theory, you can get here long before the very end of the game. You can, like, jump your way into one of the sewer entrances and find this chamber. But there's what I kind of call the mega seal in here, this thing in front of us. That seal will only break if you have... It's just like the previous seals we found, but it will only break if you have collected every single other disc in the game. So you can see them lining the walls here. We've got fire, we've got air, we're next to the light disc. And these, like, fill in as you make progress. It's really cool. You also see a mask above the doorway in here. The mask is like a crazy thing that's going to be like a cliffhanger for the game right at the end, so do remember that. But yeah, here you can see that suddenly everything's frozen. That's because this was another occasion where my game crashed. It kept doing it. I don't understand. But basically it's the gem code. I'm going to be talking more about the cheats and stuff more cohesively very soon. And that's about it really. I can now cut to my original commentary while we're in the Death Realm, so don't worry too much. I did have to sort of re-record at least this small section here though for your guys' benefit. But basically, as we walk through this sill, you go to this incredibly intimidating area, this long pathway. This is the Death Realm. Look at those skulls. I'm actually going to stop talking now because we're going to get a cutscene with significant story progression in it. So, hope you guys enjoy, and I will catch you with the original live commentary after the cutscene. So...
Stand away from that disc, or so help me.
Be at peace. I mean you no harm. I am the guardian of the Death Disc.
Then you're the one who's been controlling Balthazar.
Understand. I took possession of him, only to restore the balance between the Death Realm and the elements. I offered him my power, assuming he would retain the loyalty befitting a lore guardian. However, his treachery has spoiled my efforts. I need you, young guardian, to return this disc and restore death to its proper place within the order of the elements.
Very well. Whoa.
You fool! You thought you could vanquish the great Balthazar so easily. I am immortal, and I will control the balance of life and death on Perathia for all time. You will be food for my minions. A worthy end for you.
Okay. Alright, so basically I feel like I'm on a timeline and I can't play too much without it like crashing on me. So immediately you're going to land on a conveyor belt, you're going to jump across and hit the save point straight away so that when the game crashes you get to start here again. Awesome, so I don't have to worry too much. This could be crazy if it keeps crashing, but hey, we're gonna work with it. So we kind of come through an eye, which was a bowl on the top, and land on a conveyor belt. This is the Void. This is a pretty crazy area. Let's listen to the Oracle and see what he has to say. This is the last Oracle of the second to last Oracle of the game.
You have made it into the depths of the Death Realm only to discover Balthazar's treachery. You must collect all of the lens keys and fight your way to the top of this level in order to find the final piece of the elemental disc to restore sanity to the Death Realm.
Okay, so we need to leave the Void and get back up to that tower we were originally at, and I guess this could be the bottom of it. The Death Realm is composed of two different areas. This is the first one that we've been plunged into. The way we're going to climb out is by, using these conveyor belts and jumping over to that giant ice block you can see in the distance. But there's a barrier there that requires we go into the depths of the Void and collect 6 keys for ourselves. Those 6 keys will get us, will pay our way to our exit. So, that's what we're going to deal with. There's some very cool music here. I thoroughly enjoy it. We're going to jump back onto the conveyor belt and continue along. And hopefully the game doesn't crash. I don't know what more to say. Eventually we're going to go up there and fight against the conveyor belt. And that will be our exit. But for now, we're just going to follow these ones along. Grab the rubies as we go, I suppose. And see what we can achieve. Now, I've only played this once, okay? Once in my life have I played this. It was the other day. And it gets really complicated at this part of the game. Really complicated. As I say, 6 keys. I'm just going to try and go from memory as best I can. The direction that we want it to go in. Do I just jump into the water at the start? No, I think it takes me into the water at the start. So that's what we're going to deal with. And hopefully I don't get too lost. Yeah, okay, it takes us into the water. So we go into these, teleporter rooms, and we're going to plunge into the pit below. And look at this huge expanse here. You can swim around for ages if you like. You'll find in the 4 corners of the room there are these weird pillars with elevators that scroll around on them. You want to basically climb over onto one and ride the elevator back high up. The design here is really weird. And visually, I mean, it's just lots of crazy stuff going on. To me, though this place looks cool, it certainly does bear the markings of an area that was rushed. They probably had ideas for the Death Realm and stuff they wanted to do, but it really just felt to me like they ran out of time in a really big way. And so they had to deal with it as best they could. And maybe one dev had a week, less than that, a couple of days to just scramble together this entire zone. And this is what they came up with. They went with an aesthetic that sort of made sense, that would allow them to just jumble a bunch of stuff together in a huge playground. But it would still sort of work. And that's really what it seems like to me. They had a bunch of assets and they just wanted to plonk them all together because they ran out of time. And maybe it's a bit unintuitive the way you move around in here. But I also think it'd be kind of an interesting experience. I find that a lot of old games used to have areas like this, as the fun. So it doesn't matter what elevator you come up, by the way, you're always going to be routed onto this same zone. I found a lot of old games would have, great junkyards, graveyards like this for players to explore and hang about in. And Azurik is just no exception, but it does sort of feel to me like maybe it's a byproduct of They were trying so much with this game, and then they just ran out of time. Here you're going to be tempted to jump off, go for some of these orbs, or maybe jump off onto that platform there on the side. Don't. The most optimal way to do this, you're just going to keep going along this same conveyor belt. I remember this much. And later we'll return to that area. If you're really efficient about it, I don't actually think this area takes too long. You know, maybe 15 minutes tops. If you're really efficient. But eventually the conveyor belts, if you just let the conveyor belts take you in the direction that they want, eventually you're going to find this room with these crushers here. Which again, these are assets we haven't seen anywhere else. And I applaud the game for that. Ow, don't die. Okay, I do applaud the game for that. Shall we use our big power? No, screw it. I do applaud the game for that because, you know, there's these conveyor belts. We were in an area of the Earth realm, you know, that had a lot of conveyor belts in it. But none of those conveyor belts look anything like what we're seeing in the Death Realm. We haven't seen any rooms like what we're seeing in the Death Realm. These elevators we're seeing in the Death Realm. These enemies we're seeing in the Death Realm. All of these are assets that could have been reused in theory. I really need to pick up that health, but I'm fucking terrified they're going to kill me. There we go. These are all assets that they could have been reusing throughout the game, but they don't. I really enjoy that about old games where, you know, the textures are a little bit more simple and, you know, stuff like this can be developed because they can just spend a little bit of money, a little bit of time creating this stuff, and then they can hold it off to the end of the game and make these final areas feel more unique. They really can. Like these big chopping saws, these things look deadly and scary, but we don't see them anywhere else in Azurik. It's cool. So anyway, you want to hit that switch and these are going to temporarily turn off, so do rush along the conveyor belt as quickly as you can before they turn back on and get out. You see we collected the first of 6 keys there. The keys look really cool as well, like all ghostly white. Very interesting. So once you've done that, is this where I jump onto this? I think it is. I think it is. Don't go into that teleport tower. That's what I've taken to calling them since the guide I'm following does as well. And there are these multicolored globes. I don't know whether the game crashing is because I have maximum of a certain element. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave that. And as you walk over to this side here, or was the whole point of that just to jump off, grab a globe, and then jump back down? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, okay. Right, so there are those globes there if you want them. I don't want them because I'm fucking scared of having maximum element. Because basically what I did was I demoed the gem code, which I will have cut out because everything just became such a big mess. The gem cheat code, and that comes with a clause that says create gems, but don't create too many or the game may crash. And I have a strong feeling I should not have saved after using that code. Because now it's crashing, and I think, you know, now that we have max air element, I think that's what it is. So yeah, I can list to you guys the other codes as well. So there's an Afro one that wasn't working. There's a big head mode which wasn't working. There's a code for full health and full powers. Do I go on that? Do I jump off to the side? No, I don't. I don't think I jump off to the side. So you'll see that there's a key on the roof. Oh no, I do want to do that. Okay, never mind. Wait, because we want that key. I know we want that key. Yeah, that just raises a little bit. So we're going to come across, fly over here, and grab this key. What I'll do is talk to you guys about cheats as we're going along the conveyor belts. How does that sound? I'm happy that hasn't crashed for a while. But this is also another long section of the game where you don't get a save point. So if it is constantly crashing, I could be in deep trouble here. Yeah, don't stay on this conveyor belt for long, because can you see those vats underneath us? If you stay on the conveyor belt, it will open up and drop you into the vats and get you killed. So drop off to the side on these very cool looking walkways. And again, I think it's a pleasure, even though it's really weird and sort of barren in here, it's still a pleasure to explore this zone because all the elevators look different, these vats we've never seen before. It does all look different, I enjoy it. And ride the elevator down. So, since I stepped on like that, we will want to do that. There's going to be a load of Diluvian Stalkers here, but there is also a key cunningly cunningly? I don't know, is this cunningly? Get a shield up as well. I'm sure there's a shield that gives us perfect immunity from them, I'm just not sure which one it is. Maybe it's the Smash Shield? We'll go to the Smash Shield. And there's a key down there, so you want to grab it and then continue to ride the conveyor belt along. But again, like, avoid it in the middle of the room, because if you stand on it in the middle of the room, you're going to get dropped into a vat. The void is home to several of those types of areas, so just do watch out. And then ride the conveyor belt along further. So yeah, there's an Afro hair, which I remember when I was younger, which is really complicated, okay? It's down on the D-pad right, press black and white together, right stick, left stick, then both of the sticks together towards each other, then B and then Y. Like, it's such a complicated code, and it might have a time window too. I just couldn't figure it out, so I never managed to get that working. There's also a big head mode, which again is way more simple. Right stick, right trigger, down, up, A, which is a cool code, but again, it wasn't working as I was demoing it for you guys. Full health, full powers. There's a mode that gives you like debug for the lighting. You know, these are dev codes. There's a gem mode that allows you to spawn gems in for yourself. That's what I'm scared crashed it. There's a God mode, which makes you invincible. Again, this is another similar room. The VATs are different this time, and you can see there's a key up on that VAT, so we're going to go for that. I'm just going to fly directly to it instead of taking the elevator, like so. So there's these VATs, and there's even ladders that go into them. Like, why? Can I swim in that, I wonder? It doesn't look like regular water, so I'm not even going to try it. But, you know, there's ladders that go down. Really curiously designed area. Really weird. It reminds me, I guess, of floating islands and stuff. Like, I don't know. What else is there? There's a level select code as well, where you press it, it's like, what zone do you want to go to? Like, it will take you to a list, and you're like, okay, I want to go to the fire realm, I want to go here, I want to go there. And, you know, you can use that to skip to different places early game. There's a save anywhere code. These are basically just things, I guess, the devs used while testing the game, and then they were like, yeah, we'll throw them in as cheat codes. And that's cool to me. I like that they do that, because it can't have been too much effort. Save anytime. That one I used to dote on when I was younger. I would always use the save anytime code. What do I do now? Do I jump onto this? Does that just take me to the roof of this building? Yeah, which we don't need to deal with, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, so we'll jump back across over here and stay on and go into that teleport tower. Yeah, I used to use the save anywhere all the time. Save anywhere again can crash, though, if you use it in the wrong place. And I described early on in the Let's Play. Why did I do that? No! Shit!
Press the A.
Oh my god, I'm all the way back. Okay, we're back. Man, my experience of the Death Realm has not been good so far for recording. Jesus. I am terrified constantly that it's going to crash and that I'll just how did I just randomly run myself off the edge like that? And then I couldn't even like hit the water below. Oh, it's so scary now. I'm so nervous and tense, despite the fact like I've got so many upgrades and stuff that should just make this a cinch to complete. Oh my Jesus. Anyway, I don't really remember what I was talking about. I think I was mentioning the save system. Do I jump on that now? Oh god. Oh god, and this is the worst thing. I don't remember exactly where I should be going. I think I jump on that off to the right that raised up. So let's go for it. Let's go over onto this thing here. By the way, these platforms are really crazy. Look at these. They're like fleshy pus bag things. Is this the right area? Yeah, it is, because now we go into this big building, don't we? Yeah, there's another multicolored orb. I'm still going to abstain from taking that because it just concerns me that that's what's causing the crashes. And we're going to find the entrance to this building on one side and climb in, which is certainly not over there because this is too big of a drop. And hopefully I've got enough health. Yeah, I was talking about the save anywhere cheats. Definitely, it was what I used to use all the time. Think about any sequence in this game that takes like a while to get through. I think I may have messed up, guys. I think maybe we don't want to be on this unless we jump over to that rock over there instead and then like platform our way along. Yeah, because doesn't that lower us down, that second one? So by jumping onto this, it's going to take us back up because that's just the way they're designed. But if we jump at the top and then come back on and then go onto it, so jump up, now it should lower us down, that's it. Now we go over. Any kind of difficult thing, I would have been using it, but I've managed to be basically cheat free my way through this series, which is pretty great. And then they caused me issues. So, and then over onto this, I guess. I'm pretty sure, I mean, I know I have to do this at some point. It's just a matter of order. We do currently have 4 keys. And I believe the 5th and 6th are in this large building. And in addition to the 5th and 6th keys being in this large building, so is our next save point. I'm just like so on edge. Please let me get the save point. There's some really cool cages and stuff in here, which I can't wait to show you guys. But that may have to be next episode. Believe it or not, I've actually spent 60 minutes recording this. 60. And I have no idea anymore how long of a video we've actually got coming out of it. So I'm just going to save. I hope you understand, everybody. Thank you very much for watching Azurik, Rise of Perathia. I'll see you next time. Hopefully all this stuff is sorted. It's been a while since it's crashed, so that should be fine. Thank you guys very much. I will see you next time where we get the remaining 2 keys, escape the void, and find the main, really, area of the Death Realm. Also, there's these cool cages and stuff, which I can't wait to show you. So thanks, guys. I'll catch you next time. Bye!